Is it go time?
Ba-da-da-dum. It is go
Take
time.
one.
All right, there it is. We're
Take
gonna
one, the
do it
Bay and Ray.
live. It's the Bay and Ray show, the Ray and Bay show, however you want to put it. We're here, we're back, we're live, and we're about to have a lot of fun. Welcome to the Wild Wild West show. We've been off for a couple weeks. We've been living our lives, living our best lives, especially while
Yeah,
this
man.
guy's been out rocking the country.
That sounds so funny. I was thinking who's doing that? Oh, that's me. Yeah, man. Been out doing some shows. It's been great. It's been fun, man. You know what? It's the people don't realize the traveling involved. Doesn't matter how you do it, but if you go across state lines to play rock and roll, it's a real labor of love and a mission from God kind of vibe, because it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. Whether it's planes, trains, automobiles, it's a lot of work.
How now that you're getting really back into the swing of things, I mean, you guys did Denver 2 weeks ago. Last weekend, had a show in New York. Then you were up in the Massachusetts area. Two homecoming shows for the band.
And don't forget the Delaware gig. That was a great gig too.
And that was what, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, you guys are getting around. It's not like you're just like in a one little thing. You're like crossing state borders and lines, like you said. How is it like a reality check now for you? Like, oh shit, like this is getting real again.
I you know what it is? It got me the other night because in Massachusetts, it was like the first gig that was like the room was packed. You know what I mean? And the room was packed, and like we had a nice merch line going, and that goes like, oh man, we're in this for real. We're making our way. Because when you're out of it for so long, you got to make your way back in. We got to play everywhere and anywhere that they can have us, like I told you. So it was nice, man. The rooms are, especially in New York City, was great because that was a true homecoming. And it was nice. We got to play with our friends Kill Code, and it turned out to be a great night. It was Tommy London's night. Awesome singer / DJ / mayor of New York, I call him. But it's great to get into the rooms and you see it more. It's just starting to feel good. It's starting to feel like it was back in the day. You know what I mean? Back in the day, it's just rooms full of people. The energy's good. Everybody's positive.
Right.
And it just feels good. I can't explain it any other way. It does feel to get back on the horse again, so to speak. And I think we're firing in all cylinders. I'm singing stronger. I'm hitting notes some notes like I did back in the day, which is good. So that's how I set the bar pretty high for myself. If we do Broken City and I don't get close, it's a bad night. If we do Broken City and I get close, it's a great night for me. It's a good way to test myself. So I feel good, man.
Now,
I really do. I feel different now that I had that crisis of confidence over the fucking summer. So now I feel like I've got my power back. As Rob would say.
Superman has his cape back on.
That's right, man. Rob would say, you're Ray West again. So it's good.
So in other words, we found out who the fuck Ray West is.
Yeah, man. He's a fucking little dynamo singer in a rock band. Who knew? I'm really enjoying it. And we're connecting a lot. Matter of fact, the gig we had the other night, the stage was kind of low. So it was like really back to basics. People were like right in front of us. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of tall people in front of me. So I don't know if everybody could see me. I had to jump up and down, but it was cool, man. It was great. I feel because the joke is that you're 8 feet tall when you're up there.
I saw a video. I think it was from that show. I think the Massachusetts show, and you were up there. You had some dance moves, my brother.
Yeah, bro, I'm feeling it. We have this song called Rhythm Machine. That's what we are, man. And the trick is, because someone mentioned it, bro, you dancing. I don't think about what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. Like those guys are so self-aware that I'm feeling it. There are people that are really stiff. And that's not the way to be. So to answer it, it's like this. Yes, I know that we're getting better because I myself am feeling comfortable enough where I don't care about what I look like or what I'm doing. So whatever comes, and that's cool. And whatever's on video is on video. That's for y'all to watch. I don't watch that shit. But thank you for saying it. I had a good time.
That's awesome. I was like, damn. I could see, like, when I saw the moves come out, I was like, shit. Ray's having some fun. The boys are having fun.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
it's good stuff.
It's about it's like I think when you do anything, you go on automatic. If you're on automatic pilot, that means you're not thinking about it. So I'm not thinking about I'm supposed to stand over there, what I'm supposed to say, it's just more like whatever happens, happens. That's like our show. We don't script it, so whatever comes out, comes out. So
Beautiful.
I think our stage show is like that.
That's awesome. Now, how about didn't I see the original Spread Eagle drummer at that show as well? Pictures of you guys and all.
Tommy Gallo, yeah, he wanted to do he wanted to play in the room, so we gave him a slot. His band's called Iron Rage.
Okay.
And I thought they were like some sort of cover band thing that he did, but they were an original band. So
Oh, cool.
he had a great set from what I was told. I didn't get to watch everything. So the guys went back to the room and I went back to the hotel to get a cat nap because I wasn't feeling well. But the videos I've seen, I saw Tommy at soundcheck, and he seemed overwhelmed by the room, and just like was just happy to be there. It was just like a lot for him, and he seemed like it was great to give him a hug.
Sure.
It was just great after all that time, and I love that guy. He's a good guy, man. He's got a good heart.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now you guys have the Christmas party this coming weekend at Dingbats.
Yeah, man, that's the shit right there. That's the shit. I don't care where you play. I don't care where you play to thousands of people, but that room fits like a glove, man. And it's a great place. That's my friend's Freddie. What is Freddie's last name? Anyway, the bar owner Freddie is probably like one of the coolest human beings in the world because it takes a special person to have a room and have bands in it and be able to nurse them and babysit them and deal with all their shit.
Mm.
And he's the king of Jersey. He's great. What a cool dude, man. He's like a brother to me. So for real. So I used to go when I was living in Jersey for a while. I went to Dingbats quite a bit, and I was told people picked me up off the floor. I was told I had a good time. I was told I had a good time. And once somebody said to me, "You were so drunk, man. I don't know what you were on, but you were speaking some language and nobody knew what the hell you were saying. But you looked like you were having a good time."
As long as you're having a good time.
Yeah, bro. 5 rehabs later, boom.
Boom.
Yeah, it's gonna be Dingbats, and that's the Dingbats Christmas party. Yeah, I'm excited.
Will you be dressed as Santa Claus?
I don't think so. I'll probably be like an elf. that would suit me better. I probably get a Santa hat or something. It's just gonna be fun, man. There's a band playing with us called Blackwater Rising. That's
okay.
So fucking good. They're so fucking good, man. I don't know why they're not, national. I'm sure they are. They're great. Blackwater Rising is fucking great, man. And for people who don't know who they are, they're fucking awesome. Look them up on YouTube. Check out their tunes. They're fucking great. Blackwater Rising.
Now, you guys are doing these shows. Do you guys have any input on any of the bands that are playing with you guys, or?
I think the Dingbats one. I don't think we even had to reach out. They just asked to play, so I had nothing to do with that show. We really don't do real. We don't really. Oh, hang on. The voice calling. Hey, Brand. Hang on. Hey, Brand. You're on the podcast. Be careful what you say. What's up?
Be careful with what I said.
Yeah, we're doing the podcast right now.
Oh, my bad. I'm just calling you because I'm now going on my 30, but I love you. Enjoy your podcast.
All right, call me when you're done.
I'm not gonna get out till like 11. But
Oh,
I'll shoot you a text when I'm out.
I love you. Call me in the morning. Call me in the morning.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye, B. Love you.
That was awesome.
That's my boy, man.
That was an amazing moment, man.
Yeah, he lives on his own, but he calls me like every day, and I call him every day. And I think I'm gonna be like, even when I'm like 90, if I make it that far, I'll still be like calling him every day. What are you doing? Who are you with? What you look like? Can you Insta? He's a good kid, man. He's a good kid. I can't believe I raised him. He's a good kid. Wow. Anyway,
what's his thoughts on Dad the Rocker and Dad being back doing the rock?
He thinks it's great, man. He's like so supportive. He's like, it's not the kind of kid where he doesn't tell his friends. Like he tells his friends what I do too. His friends are cool. They not that they think I'm cool, but his friends have always been really great with me.
Sure.
Hey, what's up? What do you do? They ask questions, but he's a great kid, man. He's just a great kid. I got lucky when as far as he's tough. He's got a great work ethic. He likes being independent, but money's always an issue. You know, it's like, can you loan? So I'm always like, dude, can you loan me $20? I don't do that. So he's great. He's great. Everybody knows how much I love that boy, and you do the best you can. You know, you take them so far, and then they're on their own. But his friends think I'm all right. They don't think I'm some nerdy pop, and he thinks I'm a nerdy pop, but his friends think I'm okay. I still embarrass him, man.
That's awesome.
I embarrass him by saying hello. What's up, guys? Oh, come on, man.
So, all right. So we have a couple news stories to get into.
Fire away. Let's do it.
The biggest news story is something that we've been talking about since the announcement was made. I think maybe even on our first episode we talked about it. But the Pantera reunion is in full effect, and they have played I think 3 shows now, maybe 4 shows.
Yeah.
So have you seen any of the footage?
I've not seen one. Actually, somebody sent me a link today, but I was obviously really too busy to look at it. So I'll look at it when we're done, unless you have one. But
okay,
I would assume it's the fucking shit, and people are going nuts. Or are they getting?
People are going nuts.
Yeah, man. I'm telling. Look, when Metallica was not being Metallica for a while, Pantera slipped in, and they took that slot, and they just it's Dimebag was an amazingly original guitar player. There's so many fucking guys doing that shtick, but he was the original fucking something about this stuff. He was dialed in with Eddie Van Halen's sound and all this other cool stuff. So he's just the way he did it, like he took things even further. You know, he was great with noise. Like Eddie said, all the riffs have been played, every note's been played. So it's about making cool noise. And Dimebag had a lot of that too. He had a lot of that in his arsenal. Not just a great guitar player, but great at filling things with like, well, what the fuck is that? I hope they're kicking everybody's ass.
So I actually was sitting here the first night, as they were on stage. Like I think it was probably Blabbermouth put, they're on stage now, and I literally was just sitting there on YouTube for the next 2 hours, just refresh, waiting to see clips, and like I got chills just talking about it and thinking about it, because first off, I think the hard rock metal community needs this. I think this is going to be the kick in the balls that the community needs. But to hear them tunes again live was just amazing. But the only complaint I had, and this was the first night, I've seen clips from some of the other nights. That first night, like I felt like I'm gonna throw Zach under the bus. It felt Zach's guitar playing felt very stiff,
bro.
More like very robotic and stiff. Yeah.
Dimebag is not there, man. When you realize, and we've had these talks for like what makes a tribute from the actual band. The voice is still there. The voice is still there. They're playing the song. So to me, it's cool. You can call it Pantera, because the brothers aren't there. That's a little weird, So the hardcore are going to be like, all right, so you just you celebrate Pantera music. That's what you do. That's great. So as long as they give some great representation, and it's fucking Zach Wild. So whether they've had 60 rehearsals or 6, as this goes on, I'm sure things will change and become even more cool and sonically violent, if you will.
It seems like it's it's more and more definitely each show of clips I've seen, but the weird thing is, a friend of mine in the industry, who was good friends with Dime and Vinny and all them guys, I had a conversation with him as it was happening, and I was asking him if he hadn't seen clips or nothing yet, and he said his feeling was he felt Zach was a way better, stellar actual guitar player than Dime, but he felt Dime was just on a completely different level than, technical and that Guitar Wizard style. But he felt like Zach Wild is the true guitar hero of today and can play any freaking thing out there. But Dimebag was just irreplaceable.
You can
play his riffs, but
Yeah, look at the body of material, and that tells you.
Mhm.
Look at what Dimebag wrote as compared to what Zach or anybody else wrote. Look at that body
Yeah.
of material, and that's where the bread is, man. That's where the meat and potatoes are, because that's how you judge a guitar player, by what they've laid down on tape.
Mhm.
You know, um, there's guys that are great performers. There's some guitar players that are
Yeah.
great live, and some are great in the
Mhm.
studio and not great. But you know, that breed of animal that's great in the studio and live. That's what Dimebag was, man. And Zach's
Yeah.
a fucking brilliant fucking guitar player and a brilliant human being. So I'm happy to see him, doing it. But once again, it's not original Pantera. It's not that. People
Yeah.
could say that about our band too. Paulie's not in the band anymore, but Dimebag was a big part of that, and it's great. It's great that they can celebrate the music. I saw some article where and he had said it's not Pantera if we're not, the brothers aren't in it or something. You know,
Mm.
I saw some sort of Twitter thing, but you knew that was going to come, because
Of course.
they're out there doing it, and the people that aren't doing it with them are going to be like, "Wow, what the fuck's going on? Why am I not doing that?" I don't
Yeah.
know I don't know what the drama is there, if there's any, but Pantera was put together without him, so
Yeah. So now the little twist on things, the last two shows they've played, Rex has not been able to play because he has COVID.
so what do they do? Is this filled with
They
fill-ins?
have a fill-in. Yeah, I think it's one of Phil from one of Phil's bands is filling in.
So there you go. You got fill-ins with the voice of the band, you know. As
Yeah.
long as he's out there screaming those tunes and the riffs are there and people are playing it, and they're playing the shit out of it. As I relate, because as a singer in a band, uh, you know, uh, if it makes you feel good and what the musicality of it, you're able to do your job. Now
Yeah.
Phil Anselmo was more than just a singer in a rock band. He's fucking Phil Anselmo. Like, that's a
Yeah.
lot of weight. That's a lot of weight. Just like James
Mhm.
Hetfield carries a lot of weight. It's that kind of weight, I think. So I'm sure he can carry it.
And
I'm
he
sure it's
sounds
awesome.
great. He does sound great. I'll give him credit.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's been working hard. That guy's been through
Yeah.
a lot, from what I hear and read in articles. I've only met him, like I said, a couple times back in the day when they just got signed, and I just
Mhm.
thought they were the fucking coolest fucking thing and the most aggressive thing. And I thought Skid Row had a lot of balls taking them out on that Slave to the Grind tour the
Yeah.
first time, because that band just ate them up. What did Phil
Crazy,
say?
man.
I want to thank Skid Row for having the balls to take us on the road with them. They're good guys. And I was like, man, it's cool.
That was a great tour. I saw that.
Yeah. So I wish I was in playing rooms like that, but that thing's going on for 2 years. That's what you said makes sense. It's good to see rock like that
Mhm.
getting out in big venues, because that's what attracts attention. People are like, oh, what's that big old thing over there? Why are they over
Yeah.
there? And then people realize that it's more than just music. It's an experience. It's a feeling.
Mhm.
And that's that communal thing. Yes, it's heavy, it's violent, but it's still bringing people together. Mosh pits. It's a controlled fucking thing. Maybe mosh pits are different now. I don't know. Maybe you need to have like a number. I don't know. You have to be polite. You're out. You guys sign a waiver. Yeah, you can mosh, but you sign a waiver. Let's go. Wait, here's a waiver.
I'll tell you what, though. Charlie Benante's girlfriend, who is Carla from the Butcher Babies, she's been posting videos from the crowd like every night of them on stage.
Yeah.
The one from, I guess it was last night or the night before, she said she wanted to see it from the stage to see the crowd's reaction. Ray, she put this video up, seeing this crowd. I mean, freaking stadium. The floor was just going ape shit, and
Can you imagine that?
it just made me feel so good to see that.
Now, who's going to the shows? Is it like people our age, or is it like a new generation, or is it like parents are bringing their kids to shows? Maybe it's going like that. Maybe they're past. This is a chance for folks
Right.
to pass this down, which is great. Which is a great thing too. That's great stock.
That's a good question. I mean, so far every show they've played has been they've been headlining festivals.
Right.
I think the
I
last one they did was the Knot Fest, Slipknot's festival.
Well, they're primed and ready to go, man. I'm just excited that heavy rock like that is out. It's like when
Mhm.
when Ozfest goes out or something, but this is like Metallica's fucking thing. It's great.
Yeah,
And I hope they do that years to come, and that'd be awesome.
yeah,
Be awesome, because you play venues, clubs. What's happening now is, oh yeah, what time you guys going on? Well, there's a hip hop show right after you guys. So it's like hip hop and pop music. We talked. Taylor Swift is the biggest musical star on the planet,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's like rock is underground. So this will turn the tables a little bit. This will put focus on heavy rock, you know, and to me, it's heavy rock. It doesn't matter what genre we talk about. That it's rock is rock, you know. If it makes you feel a certain way and moves you, it's rock and roll.
So, real quick, this just popped in my head. On a week ago, and I wanted to bring this up to you last week. So it was over a week ago. One of the festivals they played, two of the opening bands on the festival of their day, the singers of each band got to meet for the first time, and they got a picture taken together, and it was all over the internet. Great freaking picture. And I want to throw out their names, and I want to get quick opinions on these two people. One was King Diamond.
Okay.
And the other was Michael Sweet of Striper.
Oh wow, both amazingly clean tone singers, man. I think they're both amazing. I think that I've never met either, but that's the fact. King Diamond, number one, those notes are stupid, right? Whether he can do them or not, I think he can still do them, from what I saw. And Michael Sweet is like got this. To me, Michael Sweet and Dennis DeYoung from Styx sound exactly alike.
Wow.
You ever hear that? You can.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Their tonalities are similar. You throw on Michael Sweet, you're like, it sounds like Dennis DeYoung. You throw on Styx, it's like sounds like Michael Sweet. Listen to that, man.
Whoa.
Their tonality sounds exactly the same. People are gonna shit on me for that. I'm telling you the truth, man. When I hear a singer, I do that thing like, oh, he kind of reminds me of something. There's a tonality in there. It sounds like that guy. You know, just like Bruce Springsteen sounds like the guy that tunes my car. Santa Claus comes to town.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I
think that's funny. Amazing. Number one, just the fact that they come from this whole two different sides of the fence. You know, King Diamond is this dark thing, and you know, fucking Michael Sweet in that band strike. You know, just like it's like, hey, we're light and sunshine. You know?
Right.
We party with God, man. I think that's awesome. My opinion is I have a very high opinion of both of those dudes, man. Number one, they've been doing it forever, and the fact that they're still doing it and at a really high level is great. I saw some vids of Striper show and it was fucking great. I don't need you to hit all the fucking notes. I need you to be there and just be tonefully cool, you know. So I'm like, yeah, that's what I know. They're both great singers, man.
Yeah. They should tour. I think that would pack them in.
I would go see that. You know,
absolutely.
Like, those two bands and Wasp, put them all together in one room.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
Right?
Yes.
I'm with you, bro.
So you know, it's funny. I said this to you, I think last show. I said, you know, it's funny how you do this every time we're talking about something, and you mention something, and it's the perfect segue into the next story. You mentioned Styx. Did you hear the M3 lineup came out today?
Come on, man. Seriously? Fuck, you tell me Styx is playing M3?
Styx is headlining the first night.
That's kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
Okay. You get to hear Miss America. Hopefully they don't play that Mr. Roboto shit because I'll run. But you get to, you know, that Grand Illusion record. They could just tour off that alone, man. It's such a great record. Crystal Ball, though, all the earlier stuff. Lady, yeah, man. Did you see the Tommy Shaw stuff that he did with the high school orchestra?
No.
Oh my God. I'm gonna send you a link to that. He's doing
okay.
You know the Renegade,
right?
He does it with this cool high school choir and this high school band orchestra thing. It sounds amazing. So yes, wow. M3 Styx. Fuck yeah. They should put Sprayed Eagle on M3. I'm fucking tired of not doing that shit.
I'm going to say I was pissed off when I did not see you guys on there. I'm going to give it a lineup. First off, they downsized it this year. They went from 3 nights to 2 nights.
Cool.
So night number 1, I'm gonna work. I'll work since we already know Styx. I'll start from the top and go down. So Styx is headlining Saturday, May 6th. Then we have Extreme,
Okay.
Winger, Slaughter, Quiet Riot, Lita Ford, Brittany Fox, Child's Play, who I don't even know who that is, and Count 77, which is the Count from Counting Cars band.
Okay. Winger's cool. He's great live, man. He's a badass musician and a great singer.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's the original. I mean, it's all 4 original guys still. So that's super cool too.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, long as because it got year after year the same bands and the same thing. So I'm glad that's a mix up.
Yeah,
it's a little mixing up the thing, you know.
And night number 2, closing it out, we have Kicks, which
wow,
you know,
fuck yeah.
Then we have Warrant, Great White, Loudness,
great
Steven
band.
Adler, Loudness. Oh yeah. Firehouse, Vixen, Riley's LA Guns, and Mike Tramp.
So it's kind of like the same old, but not. You know what I mean? It's like everybody that's kind of it's like you're watching an MTV show when you see that. You know what I mean? Anybody who's in rotation on MTV gets his gig. You know, but they pay homage to Styx, and Kicks is fucking great. We played with them a couple times. Just great. Kicks was like when I was in my baby band called Defiance down in Fort Lauderdale as a kid. We opened up for Kicks at a place called Artstock's Playpen, and they had just done the Midnight Dynamite album, and I just thought they were the greatest thing in the fucking world, man. We were just the coolest thing to be opening up for them, you know. And I remember talking to the singer. What's the singer for Kicks' name? Give me his name.
Steve Whiteman.
Okay, so I remember I was sitting at the bar, and I was like, man, you guys you get to do, you know, what's it like, man? He gave me this thing like, man, we ain't shit. It's like, okay. It was, you know, they wasn't like, I didn't, you know, not what I was looking for, you know, but they were just so fucking, they were so just laid back about it. Like, yeah, it's okay. What we do what we do. And as you get into the business, like when some kid asks you like, yeah, we just do what we do, you know, but it was it was a big deal for me. Because it was a small room and they just blew it up. You know, they were bigger than the room. You know what I mean? So I really that's a great live band. Great live band.
Yeah.
That song.
Yeah.
What's
I've never seen Kicks.
Oh, the singer's
Don't close
great.
your eyes.
Oh, I love that song. And the singer is great live. The raps, he probably still does all the same raps, but they're just great. They're fun. That's one of the most fun bands on the planet. Like, you know, it was Van Halen was fun. Kicks is fucking fun.
As a matter of fact, it was just a couple of weeks ago. They were playing live. The drummer had a heart attack on stage. Had to be rushed to the hospital. Yeah, major heart attack.
Man.
Jimmy Chalfant.
Yeah, that's a buzzkill, isn't it? You know, I don't want that shit to happen, man. I hope it does. I wouldn't mind going. I want to be quick though. I want to be quick. Like you stare into the light and you just drop. That's it. I want to feel no pain, just out. You know, which takes us back to like the nightmare scenario of like Dimebag Darrell or something like that. It's fucking hideous. It's weird. Like, you know, we trip out when someone in a rock band dies, but everybody, you know, we all go at some time when it's our time. It's our time. It's just some of it's just weird. Who'd have thought that he would live his life for someone to put a bullet in him? You know, during a stage show.
Yeah, in front of everybody. Yeah.
Or the people that died in the fire, you know, it's like
right.
In great way. Or, you know, guys having heart attacks, but I always joked around like, you know, you want to die on stage, man, but you want to go quick.
Yeah.
You know, I want to die with people that really are close to me and love me around me. You know, what if you had a bad show? You know? What if you had like the crisis I had over the summer and be like, oh man, I don't want to go near that guy, man. I'll leave him alone for a while. But it's a cruel world, bro. It's a trip when we lose an artist. We just lost Christy McVie. That blew my fucking mind.
Yeah, right. Another one.
Somebody who's in your DNA. You know what I mean? That's a mind fuck. Eddie Van Halen. It's a mind fuck. You know, I still am upset that they haven't done a tribute to Eddie Van Halen, like the one that they did for Taylor Hawkins. But you know, the Foo Fighters are very, very relevant. But Van Halen was just as relevant. They're still, because you hear it every day. So I just think it's fucked up that Eddie Van Halen did not get the send off he deserves.
But the Foo Fighters are very also organized.
True. They're just great. They're less. They're not dysfunctional the way that Van Halen was dysfunctional.
Yeah.
So I get it, but you know, we still have the great music, and you know, the respect for Eddie Van Halen is in everybody's heart. So
absolutely. So all right. Last thing I wanted to throw at you. We're going to keep it quick tonight, but let me pull up my picture here. I actually sent this to you when I got this a couple weeks ago, and you said this. You thought it was super cool, and it's something that you want to discuss. So I thought tonight would be the perfect night. So Spotify, every year does something that I think is really super cool. At the end of the year, they do what's called the Spotify Unwrapped, where they give you, the subscriber / listener, a peek into your year in review.
What you've listened to most.
Yeah. So this year they did something a little different, or actually, I think there was like an app that you could do this through. I forget how I did it, but they took your listens, your top listens, and they turned it into a 3-day festival.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Let me see. What was yours? You gonna tell me what yours was?
I'm going to tell you what mine was. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So night number 1. Do you want me to start from the openers and work my way to the headliner? Let me do that. Let me do that.
Way.
All right. So actually, they have it broken down into stages, we'll say. So on the small stage, we have Frank Sinatra.
Really?
Jet Boy and Black and Blue.
Auto blast.
Yes.
Loud and fast. Yeah, man.
All right. Our next stage is ZZ Top, Diamond Head, Striper, Motorhead, and the King, Elvis Presley.
Wow. Very eclectic, bro.
Then our next stage, we have Britney Fox, Anthrax, and Whitesnake. And the headliner for night number 1 is Saliva.
No shit.
I love
playing
that.
Click, click, boom every time you go to the bathroom or something?
All the time.
That's
all
tremendous.
I love that band.
That's tremendous.
All right. So night number 2, small stage. We have The Cult, Butterside, which is this band out of LA, which is my pick for band of 2022, newer band. Corey Taylor and Static X. Next stage, we're going to get real eclectic. Alyssa JC, who's a local artist here in Nashville that I've interviewed a few times. Lizzie Borden, Motorhead, and Donna Summer.
Motorhead, nice.
Or I'm sorry, not Motorhead, Murder Dolls. The next stage, Armored Saint, Tiger Tails, and Ozzy.
Okay. What Ozzy songs you listen to most?
Ooh. Anything with Randy Rhoads. Anything with Randy Rhoads. And actually, I got to give Ozzy credit. The last 2 albums he's put out, especially the one before this last one, I think is the best album he's put out since Randy Rhoads. And my headliner for night number 2 is Hanoi Rocks.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, bro. Look at you. That is a very it's super eclectic. Frank Sinatra to fucking Ozzy.
Now wait till you hear this one. Closing out the festival, the small stage, Van Halen, Heaven's Edge from Philly, Rat Rod, the band I manage from Philly, and actually I'm wearing their shirt, the Sunflower Dead, another cool band, which are kind of very much like Pantera. Next stage, ooh, Lionel.
You know how I am, dude.
The next stage is Merciful Fate, Queensryche, Demi Lovato, and Tom Jones.
Dude, number one, Tom Jones, one of the most powerful voices ever on the planet. Demi Lovato, one of the most powerful voices, male, female, whatever. She's like a powerhouse, man.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the pop singers that have like rhythm and blues, man,
Yeah.
she's a fucking badass.
I'm gonna send to you when we get off the air. My parents' favorite musical artist was Tom Jones. My mom was in love with Tom Jones, and my dad, if you saw pictures of my dad, he tried to look like Tom Jones. But my dad was an artist and painted. He painted a picture of Tom Jones. I have it hanging on our fireplace. We have it hanging. I'm going to take a picture and send it over to you when we're done.
That's tremendous.
It's amazing. All right, so next stage is Leonard Skinner, Tantric, and Rat. And the headliner and closing out, it's called Bay Ragni Fest, is none other than Spread Eagle.
That's awesome. I'm gonna tell you why, because that was my number one too. That's because I've been rehearsing for the sets. Broken City is like played 1,000,000 times.
I mean, it's right there. People can see it.
That's tremendous, bro. Oh, that you sent? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do that for me? How do you get that?
I don't remember. It was like a thing you click on, and it compiled everything for you into a festival.
Yeah. Okay.
But the crazy thing is, in 2022, your total playtime was 45,853 minutes of music.
Oh, shit.
That's more than 90% of the listeners in the United States.
Wow. I spent 6,282 minutes listening to a podcast. My top podcast is Joe Rogan.
Good old
dude. You're something else. But you listen to a lot of tunes, way more than I do. I listen to tunes to relax or to work out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you deal with like tunes all the time. I'm always like only listening to my stuff just because I have to rehearse it.
Yeah. Like when I'm sitting here doing my work for my business and stuff like that or whatever, I have music playing constantly.
I'm gonna get you my list next time we hang out because I want to show you all my stuff. That's amazing that Spotify even does that.
It is cool. It is cool.
You know,
so that's I wanted to throw that out to you, like the whole Spotify thing as an artist. You know, do you use it or?
Yeah, because what they do is that they do data mining. So the smart play is you go play rooms where people listen to you. So Spotify gives you like where are people listening to our stuff. Let's say Spread wants to go somewhere and not play to 5 people. So you find out where you're getting most listens, and you put that on you sort of map it out. You know, in the right world,
it's interesting.
In a perfect world, you could like have so many miles in between. But that's how you find out who's listening to you and where. You know, like for us, it's a lot of like Europe.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of Europe, so that's cool. You know, and we even got some European dates this year.
Right.
So it's like, you know, but it's so I'm a fan. Spotify changed the business in a sense that it's about streaming, how many times you're played. You know, they pay artists a certain way. But I'm glad that they kind of cleaned up the business because the music business turned to shit. You know, and there was no really good music coming out for a while. So Spotify kind of made it so if you can, it's a little more genreified, but you get more, you get what you want. You know, you're in charge of what you're listening to, and that's a big deal. So I think everybody having this little device, the beauty of having this in your hand and being able to listen to a Tom Jones song, a Sade song, and then a freaking Pantera song, and it's an amazing device. Think about how amazing that is. You've got a zillion songs, a zillion years of artistry in this little fucking thing. Yeah, in the tap of a finger for free.
It's crazy.
If you want your own playlist, we get premium. We pay $10.99 a month, right? But
yeah,
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Spotify. As long as I have good. Let me see what our followers are, our listeners are. Just out of curiosity, we're gonna make it all about me. Let me see. There we go. If I gave you. You have all this information, but I won't even get into this, but let's just say, let me go to Switchblade. That should give me listeners per month. Well, it's not set up right now for that. I don't know why. Anyway, it's got good numbers, but the way to judge a band, and I say this to all you guys in local bands, get your shit on Spotify and start pushing. Tell your friends to go to bed with your song and put it on repeat.
Right.
So that you get, because people do that.
Oh yeah.
And you need numbers because you judge a band by how many people actually listen to the music. A band can be great, but you're not great if no one's listening. You know, so you might be in a local town and think you're the bee's fucking knees, and you're wondering why you don't get the hype or the love you do. It's because you got to work. You got to get people to listen to your music, not just your friends around the corner.
Right.
You know, so Spotify kind of like puts you. It's a very humbling device, app, thing. Anyway.
Yeah, I was like for a long time fighting it and didn't want to do it. And when I used to do my old show, my radio show thing, my co-host used to he's like, dude, you don't understand what it is. He's like, if you got on there, you would lose your mind and just love it. And I finally broke down and did it like 4 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a gift from heaven.
Yeah, it keeps me up on Netflix too, man. I mean, you know how much time I get more done listening to music than I do staring into the fucking box.
Absolutely.
You know? And that's we have so much content. So musically, you don't have to just be stationary with something, you know, just or staring into your phone. You just put your headphones and you go. Music, you just stare out and your vibe, you know, it sounds your vibe is good. You know, it's like thank God for music, man. Thank God it's still in my life. Thank God still in your life, you know. It brought us together. I said this to Rob the other day. Rock and roll is coming back. COVID fucked it up because rock and roll is a live thing. Hip hop, you can go to a club, you go to the club and bounce your tunes, you know what I'm saying? And country, you go down to fucking the roundup, do some line dancing, but rock and roll needs to be a live thing because it's about communing with people.
Yeah.
You know, hell, a live experience is a live experience. I love U2 the way I love Van Halen. Creating a vibe. You know? The thing with spread shows is that I feel it now. I know that if we are given this chance to keep playing, we can create a place for people to go and have a great time and be just together and not give a fuck about things for a while. It's just a safe place to rock your brains out, you know? So once M3 realizes that they need Spread Eagle to play, for God damn it, maybe we'll get to do that too. But we're active. We're making our bones again. It's like going back to square one, man. I'm hungry all over again. I didn't think I'd be this hungry, and I got a taste of that from some good gigs. Once you get a couple good gigs under your belt, you just want to fucking go. You don't want to stop.
That's awesome. That's good to hear, dude. Seriously, I like hearing that.
Because you know where I was, man. I went through that fucking Lynch thing and some things before that. You know, it was a bad 2 or 3 year run, and the only thing that saved my life was having Spread Eagle in my life for me to bounce back and really work myself. You know, I think also like my style of singing that I did on the earlier records, I put that down to go through something heavier, you know, and sing more from my chest and not use everything that I had. So it's like you stored these notes away and you don't know how to get to them because there's a lock on them. And figuring out that lock has been a biggest pain in the ass. And now that it's unlocked and I'm starting to fucking find things up there, all these metaphors I'm throwing at you, it's like, you know, I'm good, man. I'm good. I feel I am most content now being on stage as before, where I was like not as content as I should be because I was just, oh, I'm on stage. Oh my God, what am I doing? Now it's like, here we go. You know, hi everybody. More than like, oh my God, it's fuck yeah. So even doing a podcast, you know, I'm sure our first podcast was like a little. Yeah, but here, you know, we're mellow, we're into it. You know, we're more comfortable with each other. Like anything, man. I don't care what you do. If you're gonna do something, do the shit out of it. Be fucking great at it. And with me, my attitude was, oh man, I had this fucking natural gift. Why do I need to fucking work at it? I learned my lesson. So 50
but you know what?
50 pounds of humble pie later, You know, I got cavities from it, and I just want to fucking rock.
But you know what though? I think knowing you now more so than when I first met you when we did our first interview together. Um, Even if that worked out with George Lynch, and you were working with George now, I think deep down you might be content, but you wouldn't be as truly happy as if you are now with Spread.
There is nothing as cool as singing your own songs
Mm-hmm.
and working in your own band, expressing your own words.
Yeah.
I'm not a cover singer. I'll never be a cover singer, but I do like to do some redos. I like to take a cover song and redo it, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But doing someone else's emotions and think that doesn't suit me, man. And maybe I'm just most people that just can't do that, you know.
Yeah.
I once had an audition for TSO, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
Gina was a friend of mine, and those songs were very like they needed a baritone, and at the time that was all I could do. That's what I thought. And I put those words into my head for the audition, and I felt myself sing. It goes some Bethlehem song. It was long ago where it all began. I was like, you know, the words in my mouth. But yeah, man, I'm better off doing me. You know, not being paid to be somebody else. So maybe that's a lesson learned too. But you're right. I'm much happier. I would have been. I've been in the end because in the end you're just making money.
Yeah.
And this is more like I ain't making no fucking money, but I am having the time of my life because it's with my brothers. You
That's
know,
it.
I love Rob DeLuca and Ricky. Uh, you know, now I've been playing a lot with Jami, so I love Jami. You know, Jami's like a brother to me now. But um, yeah, man, I think you're right. I think so. I just think I can only be me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm the best me I can be, and I'm working at it. I thought I didn't have to work at it anymore. Apparently, I do because every time you do something, hang on, let me do it. Where is it? This is what I see from the stage. I'm like, can't you just fucking for a second just put it away? I tell you what, when we play Switchblade, you guys record the fuck out of it. So for now, just fucking enjoy yourself, man. I'll make some fucking popcorn. You know, here, let me know.
Oh, that's hysterical.
You know,
That is
because
hysterical.
no matter what you do, you know, because it's forever. It's like, come on, man. And like another thing, and I'll tell you all you fuckers now, when you're fucking videoing me, don't do the profile thing. Fucking get my good side. My good side's my left side. So that's where everybody just move over
Over to the left side of the stage.
and that'll be fine. You know, and stop making me look fat behind the microphone. So, you know, without a mic stand, I'm fat. With a mic stand, I'm very skinny. But
Oh, that's hysterical.
dude, getting on a plane to go do the show Friday, it's like it's fucking exciting. It's not like, oh, I gotta go do this, you know. It's fucking like I can't wait to go do it. Can't wait to go do it. I appreciate anybody who's out there doing it and swinging for the fences, whether you're in a club or you're in a big room. You know, as
Mhm.
long as you're doing it and you're having fun and you're being yourself. We went through this before. There's a lot of motherfuckers trying to get into this business and they're not real, they're not genuine. You know, there's a lot of people from the past that are just resting on their laurels and they think they're not supposed to work at people coming around. They're just supposed to
Right.
show up and you gotta work. You gotta work to let people know you're playing. You gotta let people know you're genuine, that you really want to connect. You know, I do this because I really, really love to connect with people, man, in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So that's all. I'll leave it there.
There you go. All right, real quick, we're going to. I'm just going to. Got a couple comments here. We got from Los Espada when we were
You
talking
got
about
people
M3.
listening?
How about
I
that?
thought it was just me and
Los
you, bro.
Espada. Technically, it is, but hey.
Okay, you know.
But he said, sadly, no new bands when we were talking about M3. Actually, I mean, yeah, Styx. Styx is a new band.
Yeah, but I think we're the only band to never have played M3. So, like I said, you got to be active. So we have been active, and now that we're
Yeah.
doing show after show, we're piling more shows on. Then it's
Mhm.
gonna happen. It's gonna happen. If not, then it's a bad thing. And don't you know? And I'll boycott that fucking thing. I'm gonna walk in front of the fucking gate naked, and scare the fucking shit out of people. with my sign that says, "What about me? What
You want to
about me
scare
and my guys?"
if you have me walk naked in front of the gate? That'll
That's
scare
it,
some
man.
fucking people.
Double whammy. I will sit on your shoulders. Will freak people out. Be like, get this thing out of my face.
Yeah, right. Get this
No,
fucking thing
face
off the
the
back of
other
my
way,
neck.
Ray. Face the other way.
And we got where'd he go? Dennis Sanchez. Saludos, Ray. See you this Friday at Dingbacks. I'm bringing my dad and brothers.
Right on, man. That's the other cool thing that's happening. We meet a lot more parents passing it down. That's great because you want your kids to experience this awesome thing of going into a room and just having this vibration happen and just it's this communal fucking thing, man. So rock and roll's become family, very because they're passing it down, so passing it. It's important the way I pass it down to Brando. Brand happens to be a kid that listens to rock and jazz and funk, and that's where his head's at because the new generation, unless they've been raised by rock and roll, don't really appreciate it.
Yeah.
They wind up. I mean, Brand has. I've met some of Brand's friends that had no idea what the fuck rock and roll was. To them, it's just like it's whatever they have on YouTube or whatever is on their playlist from their friends.
Right.
What's this rock and roll thing? And they come and they're like, "Holy shit, your dad does that." I'm like, "Yeah, he's crazy." Yeah. Anyway, Dennis, awesome.
Nice. So that's it. We're gonna wrap up another episode of the Wild Wild West show. We'll be back hopefully next week.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll be on because I just have this gig and then we're off for a while, which is great. So we're off for like 3 weeks. So and I want everybody to know, me and Bay do this because we genuinely love the art of conversation. So I'd like you guys to get more involved. So if anybody, when you're watching, comment, become a part. You got something to say, something you don't like what you heard? Don't be nasty. Fucking we'll cut you. But it's like just get on here and let us know that you want to converse, man. This is a forum for rock and roll, and there's not many forums like this in our style of chatter. So, all right, we're here for you.
Yeah, or you can drop us a message. We do have an Instagram page. We have a Facebook. You can drop messages. You can shoot me a message. You can shoot Ray a message too. He's on Facebook. Man. He's on Instagram.
Easy to find.
We're easy to find. Exactly.
Because people like.
So until then.
Then.
No, say it.
No, people like, why should we listen to Bay and Ray? Because it's good for you. It's good for you. It's like medicine. Thank you.
And what's even better for you if you're out in the Jersey area, whether it's North Jersey or South Jersey, Philly or New York, or if you want to drive up from Delaware, Maryland, wherever the fuck you're at, be at Dingbats for that Spread Eagle Christmas party and have a freaking ball. And have a beer for me while you're there too.
The goal is to get the fire marshal there. Let's fucking do it. Let's have a beer with the fire. Let's get the fire marshal to the show. Let's have a beer with them. Merry Christmas. Love you guys. Next time.
Boom.
See ya.
See ya.